So, as you guys, I think where we left off, you were met up with the fabulous Esmeralda, who'd been looking for one of the from the readings there, and you have in this abbey, which you realize really at this point, it's kind of a madhouse in more ways than one. Um, the individual running this place is very odd as you've come to that realization. The abbot, and she's kind of very much confirmed your feelings here and from everything that you've seen, right? And so Esmeralda basically believes that the abbot is white insane and probably rather powerful.
So real talk, who wants to fight anyways?
Didn't we had a vote last time and we decided no.
I know, but that was like 3 weeks ago. Real talk, who wants to fight?
Yeah.
I mean,
So if we do kill them all, what happens to the town? Does this affect the town in any way?
I think they were a plague more than anything on the town, or like an eyesore or an issue.
There's more whether we can get rid of all the, or what they call it, bespoke morphlings before they
Yeah.
actually inconvenience the town.
Well, you could always ask Esmeralda for her opinion or advice if you have any questions.
Yeah, was she down to doing this? If we ask her? I remember her not being.
Well, she thinks that he is, extremely powerful. She gets to go as uh up to this point, I guess the best way of putting it is that she's just since the abbots allowed her to come and go as she's pleased, she really hasn't put any thought into this, it hasn't been a hindrance to her. And in part because she's expecting Strahd to come here, right? And figuring pretty as good of a chance for her. But the odds are still stacked against her. That's why she's going with you guys, because honestly, you've got a reading, you've gotten some items. The odds are much more favorable. She figures if you guys get everything, you figure out everything you need with the tarot, sorry, the reading and your numbers, and clearly you've got some experience there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she thinks, is there. But I mean, her big thing is like, yeah, it's great, except probably could take him. But the way she puts it this way is, there's a lot of these mongrel folk here in this building, and possibly other things.
Right. You said there was
And
like 60 or something?
yeah, at least, and
Yeah.
other things. And she says he controls them.
I just feel like
Think about it.
Strahd is up here. We're fighting a guy who's probably not higher than Strahd.
No, because I mean, let's face it. I mean, she says he's insane. At least that's her belief, right? She goes through, but there's a good question is that if he had the ability to remove Strahd, it, pretty sure he would have, instead of, this strange business here of trying to create a bride for Strahd, and it's very concerning. The abbot has been creating flesh golems and stuff, so this is not an act of somebody, um, you know, without some knowledge and ability and power. For it there.
Plus, he has an army potentially of like underlings that are, as we learned with kobolds, would end poorly. I'm still up for it, by the way. Either way, but
Well, I
Or-
think
Now,
Yeah.
we're gonna
some-
come back here, right? Like we were going to find an object and then presumably come meet Esmeralda back here, right? So we can always like ruminate on this idea.
well, she's more than willing to come with you guys, for it.
Ah,
One of the things too
just stay
is
here.
that
It's fine.
she would say is that somebody asked about the town, right? And she goes, well, very clearly they have, it's very much that the abbot may be holding back the mongrel folk there. Who knows? If they were released upon them, who's to say what's going to happen there? I mean, they'd lay siege to it. It's not going to be good. Most likely, most of the villagers will be able to defend themselves, but there's probably some loss of life. Probably the foods and the houses, be a mess there. So there's a threat there.
like
But
placement program for them.
yeah, and as it is, they say, really the thing to consider is that in the village, really the only, I can put it, it's not the abbey that is defending, in her opinion, the city. There is a pond in the city. She goes, it seems to be one of those bodies of water that's fed by some underground spring. It's been said to it was been blessed by the Saint Markovish. It is, the water defies corruption. And the first time that someone drinks from it, you get the benefits of like a lesser restoration spell.
Ooh.
It's sweet and fresh. It's said that the water even once held greater magic, but it is sort of waned over time there. Mind you, they give their there's a gazebo near there. The locals refer to the statue in the gazebo as the Shrine of the White Sun.
Would we want to stop him at least from making mongrels people?
I don't think. Was he making them?
No,
Is he-
he's not.
Oh.
Yeah, I
no.
thought he was just like capturing them.
Oh.
Making the flesh golem.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
making the flesh golem, and
I mean, what's a flesh column between friends, really?
and honestly, she's going, as disturbing as that is, and she does think it's disturbing. He's planning on presenting it to Strahd, and to be frank, I mean, if that happens, she's much rather have the two of them fight it out at least.
Yeah, I don't think Strad's gonna
Right?
be too
They
happy with
both
that.
fight. Whoever wins is probably going to be weakened. Then we swoop in and kill that one.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this water.
We did see it as we came up, I think. We saw it, but we didn't go to it. Maybe we should do that.
I
Wonder if
don't think
we-
it's too much of a detour to check out.
It's
I mean,
curious,
what-
but are we gonna use it or is it gonna change anything?
Well, I'm wondering if what if it, we baptize these mongrel folk,
Creatures. Oh yeah.
hit them with that the Sun Lord juice.
Sure.
Or we could try it on the caged one and just throw it at him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just like
Yeah.
throw a water balloon.
Yeah.
Got balloons in the Forgotten Realms.
So
like,
horrible.
Weaponized water balloons.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure we've got like an empty potion vial or something we could.
tell you what,
Sounds awesome.
whoever has the highest arc, everybody give me that wants to give me an Arcana check.
Paging
Okay.
doctor check.
Not
Uh,
really.
Plus
I'll
0.
try it out. Oh God.
There's an 8. Nice.
Okay.
Zero.
Because
Thank God we have a
Zero.
wizard.
okay,
What's
Chuck,
what magic, guys?
you have heard of the mongrel folk, though not as common, say, in the realms. And Esmeralda can sort of back up what she tells you. Goes, a lesser restorations spell wouldn't do it. Otherwise, it would have most of
Been
these
done.
folks wouldn't been
Mm.
done. Greater restoration spell,
Sure.
on the other hand, can restore a mongrel folk to its original form, unless it happens to be the offspring of a mongrel folk. In that
I
case,
didn't think it would save them or convert them, but I thought it might knock the crazy out of them for, maybe, but yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be bad to have some of that juice with us on the road.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
Super juice.
basically, definitely, as it is. I mean, you'd need to have some. Let me see here. I wonder if they do have anything. Give me a second. Come on, don't be that slow.
We should do a mongrel folk campaign.
We're mongrel folk.
Yeah.
We have to roll like sanity checks once in a while, make sure we don't go just insane.
I'd be hoping to lose and just come on. Let's do it.
Yeah, I can see the appeal, except I do call it Cthulhu. It's going insane is not as much fun as people think.
That's true.
But D&D has like insanity
Yeah,
like
some
levels, right?
Yeah.
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 Like temporary, permanent, semi-permanent.
Yeah. Curses and whatnot.
There's a podcast I listen to called Dark Dice, and I think it must be kind of like a blend of D&D and Cthulhu gameplay because their characters are always under stress, always. They never get to sleep.
So there's nothing here, but I think honestly, yeah, probably if you're looking at something, in order to do that, you'd probably need a extremely high level spell. Can't see anything off the top, so I probably would have to be something custom, higher than a heal, or sixth level.
And so where were we going to go? We were going to find the sun sword. Was that what we were going to do?
Well, yeah, you do have a couple of things, because if you recall, give me a second here. Remember, there were 5 cards drawn, so there's 5 things that you need. The Tome of Strahd, the holy symbol of Ravenkind, which you have, the Sun Sword,
Lightsaber.
the Strahd's enemy, who you found, and then the 5th card was for Strahd. So just going back through the ones, the Strahd is the card, basically gives you an idea of where best to confront him, which was the card of the broken one, and it said that he haunts the tomb of the man who he envies most.
I think what we wanted to do was to go back to Lanky and look for the tomb in the House of Corruption for the ghost.
Hmm.
Right.
Right.
Good idea. And we like know. I know we've heard stories, but we haven't met really anyone that knows him well, right? That could give us like a better than just historical, a better historical background on him.
That's
Strahd.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why you're going after the Tome of Strahd.
Okay.
Because if you want to have something for you, it is she goes, this is card tells you of history, knowledge of the ancient that will help you better understand your enemy. So if you want to figure out who's the man that Strahd envies most, this tome should confirm it for you.
Okay, makes sense.
And the sun sword, you're pretty sure is in the that temple, Amber Temple.
Amber Temple. Okay.
That's over in the south, is it?
That's the one that is guarded by an amber giant.
Yes, and he said the treasure is hidden in a small castle beneath a mountain guarded by amber giants. And you've had more than a couple of different people inform you that is most likely the Amber Temple, including, if you remember, when you met the leader of the elves.
Yeah, the Dusk Elves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he gave you the hint to that.
Maybe we should do that one then.
Do you want to fight amber giants or ghosts? I guess. Is
Oh, I
the
guess that's
choice.
how far away it is.
Give me a second. Bring up Barovia for a second. Okay, here's the main map. Give me a second here. Draw.
So we're in Kresk, and the ghost house was back in Valaki,
Yes.
if I remember correctly.
Kresk. Oh, we're all the
No.
way there.
So yeah, so you are currently here.
I think we could see the fog forming at the end of the road, like if we were to have kept
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, you can. There's no
Yeah.
doubt. And the temple is somewhere around here. This is where the directions that you
Oh,
were given.
yeah.
But it's far away.
That's pretty far, yeah. We still have those horses. Horses?
We probably still have those horses.
I think we didn't we?
Yeah, you haven't given me any reason to believe that you've given up the horses.
We probably stabled them because we needed to bring like all this wine and stuff. So
Yeah.
we probably just stabled down.
Yeah, and give them to Otto and Siegfried to take care of. Hello.
Good night.
Good night. I can't polymorph yet. Get out of here. Okay. Fight this guy.
Too. I'm morphing into a chicken.
Yeah, right. I think you get
It's a
that.
chicken now. Used to be a jellyfish.
Hmm. I mean, we're just trying to get out of here, right? We're not trying to solve all these people's problems. We've got to fix this flesh golem problem, you know?
No, I
Just,
mean,
just want to fix a problem with Strad, and that's
we don't
it,
have to
really.
fix every problem.
Got to be the typical RPG protagonist.
Well,
We don't have to fix all the problems.
All the side quests.
yeah, if it would just break for a moment, we do a little meta gaming here. There is a ton, and I mean a metric ton of little individual side quests and things that you can do. But to be perfectly frank, if something doesn't interest you guys, or you don't feel like doing it now, don't have to. Like I guess the best way is that if you want to attack the abbot, more power to you. You decide, forget this, we'll go on, more power to you. Either way, it's this isn't like Mass Effect 3 for lack of a better thing, or the where they have the checklist. Oh, let's add up all the points to see where you go. Mind you, apparently Tyranny of Dragons has that. The first two adventures.
Interesting.
Yeah, the new one, they have the thing going, oh, here you go, add up the charts to figure out where you're doing the positive or negatives. This isn't like that.
They started that with Wild Beyond the Witchlight, I think. You had to track mood. That was because so from Chuck's perspective, there's nothing aside from like the unholiness of like digging up bodies and Frankensteining them together. There's nothing. The abbot isn't a threat to the townsfolk, right? Like,
Unless it's their bodies that are getting dug up.
I mean, but they're
Frankenstein back
already
together.
dead in that
Yeah,
case.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's more of an
If
inconvenience
he's
than
not
actual harm.
murdering, yeah.
yeah.
for-
I mean, would you like to see half your granny stuck onto someone else? Though, you know? I mean,
Well, let's put
Seems
it this
kinda
way:
messed up.
not that you're aware of it at the moment. You get the feeling that maybe the townsfolk aren't so thrilled to have him there, but it's more what you can, what are you going to do, right? You know that if you know, however you decide, exit or whatnot, you do know your main goal is Thrad here, is you can figure the only way you're getting out of the territory, is through Strahd.
Yep. Okay.
So it's up to
So-
you guys to decide what your character's main concern would be.
It was Esmeralda, right, that told us about the flesh golem. It wasn't the abbot who.
No, because you haven't. I mean, basically, depending on how you did here, you would have you would have encountered the flesh golem, if you had gone wandering on your own.
Right.
Here, I mean, as you saw the map, I think it is a large, spaced out complex, and from the numbers that you've got gathered of the folks that here, it's not a small thing, right? You could definitely do some, if you did exploring, you would have found flesh golems there, but your approach to matters, was it there? It's one of those things where, it comes up to whatever.
I just
Okay.
feel like
Yeah.
we're under leveled for choosing to do things.
I agree.
Yeah.
Could just follow the obvious quest. It's
All right.
Fair enough.
So the
Fine.
Inner Temple's far away and the ghost house is closer.
Yep.
What do you guys want to do?
I think we should try to get some of the other stuff.
don't we still need to deliver wine to Valaki as well?
Did that already.
Oh, did
Not-
we stop by and do that?
I don't think so.
No.
I thought we still had to deliver it to the innkeeper, like the guy's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have some wine left that you could do it. I mean, you managed to save more than than the minimum. So you basically had enough wine to bribe your way into Kursk. And then you can you still have a wine left that you could depending on what you wanted to do, you could go and give it to the Vestati, but you really don't need anything as far as from them again. But you could definitely give it for the innkeeper again, would be your way into the town.
Cool.
What time of day is it? Were we still looking for a place to sleep, or
I think it's like late evening now or something.
Yeah, you guys were basically going to bunk out the night with watches. You got Esmeralda helping watch your back in there, because you do know, as you know, on the road it's always a little dangerous in the night there, and going outside the guest quarters here might be tricky within the facility. Yeah, I remember, but I think there would be a massive Nyarlathotep if you ever play that one for Call of Cthulhu. Literally, there is a scorecard for almost every chapter, gives it there. So for the big finale, it's like, how bad is it going to be? Did you manage to save the Earth, or did you screw up so that it's doomed?
Why don't we go? Why don't we go deliver some wine to the Blue Water Inn and see if we can get some more intel out of this innkeeper?
Yeah, I'm down with that. I mean, were we not invited for dinner or something with the or he was gonna get us food, so like we were bunking down. But do we want to
Yeah,
leave, or are we allowed to
Do
leave?
it in the morning.
Oh, in the morning, yeah, okay.
In the morning, yeah. And okay, if you want, at that point, you can definitely leave. There's nothing in the morning. As you notice, remember Esmeralda had a magic circle prepared in this room just as an extra precaution. So it's good enough. So she'll gladly come with you, and so you're gonna go sort of back the way that you've come. All right.
On the watch for wolves.
So are you pretty much just going to backtrack the way that you came here?
Yeah, but
I would
just not
assume so. Yeah.
not going to the vineyard, right?
Right.
Yeah, guess so.
Okay.
Should we take the dotted line path back, or
The one with the most road.
I don't know what
So
the
did you
dots mean.
want to take the dots?
Well, what does that mean? Is it just a rougher
Yeah.
road?
Yes,
Not, yeah.
sort of. Give me a second. Got the thumbnail. That wants to say it 1,000 times. They are so poor at it's more of this. It's a trail rather than a road. Uh, Similar to how when you went to the vineyard, at a certain point, it turned from a roadway with proper to a trail. A well traveled trail, but not a road per se.
Right. Well, I guess since we have the wagon, we'll stick on the road.
Okay.
Maybe we could take it on the way back. Just to see what's down there.
think we're gonna
Just
have some
cause,
opera.
why not?
When we go to the temple. I think we're gonna have
Yeah,
to do-
because those mountain passes, I don't know, wagons. That's gonna work. Or we could take
Got
the river to a boat.
it just sorry, I'm looking up a third party thing. It just amazes me how this One of the most basic things they could possibly do here would be to just give you this nice little chart that goes travel times between the locations instead of making people count it out. Third parties. This is this is my real criticism of Wizards is the shit poor way they put together the adventures. This thing is less than half a page. Just basically, I look it up, go, okay, you're where? You want to go where? Boom. Okay.
Yeah, it's like they really concentrate on something, and other things they're like, yeah, bleh, we don't have time.
They'll figure it out.
They're smart.
Okay, so the distance between the two towns is not actually that great. It is 2.4 hours, which you guys are traveling on horseback.
Sure am.
So
Yeah.
we can half that, I believe. So that it's not you can definitely be there in the morning, depending on what time you get. You can be out and you can be there before midday.
Sweet, let's do that.
Yeah, then we'll have to stay there. I assume that the travel to the Amber place is going to take like a day,
Might be a
maybe more
lot.
than a day. More
Elevation.
than a day.
I think it's
Yeah.
the furthest we've traveled so far.
Yeah.
And also we need a bit more intel on location than just it's around there somewhere.
Give me a second. While I still have it up. So if you travel from Vasansk, and that's going to be temple, 6.3 hours. Half that, of course, on horse. Barovia apparently is not that big.
All right, well, let's get to Valaki and get rid of this wine
Yeah.
in this wagon.
Yeah.
Do it.
There we are. And you're sticking to the road, as you said. Okay. So let's start off it here. If Claire, I could get you to give me a D20, please.
That seems
Oh.
safe.
Nothing
The
happens.
worst one.
Derek.
1d20 coming up.
Ah!
Oh.
Okay.
that good or bad? I don't know.
I'll let you know. Yeah, and if I can get you to give me one, please.
Best score ever. Oh, another
Ooh.
19. I
Mm,
don't know.
That seems real bad, guys.
Yeah.
2 white dragons.
I feel like it's what we wrote last time. We got assaulted by so many dire wolves.
Well, the DM didn't seem to react when Blair rolled, but the other fairies, I don't know, guys. It's a bad sign. Bad sign.
I forget that. All right, I'm wiping one out, so it is. As you sort of get halfway there, let's see. Let's take a look here.
Oh, can we say we got some of that pool juice on our way out?
Ah, sure. That's
Everyone got an empty vial?
Wonder if any of the wine barrels are empty to fill it up with.
Ooh.
The juice.
Just see us like, pouring water into a barrel. Like, no, just keep walking. We're not taking your sacred water or anything. Keep
Yeah,
on
We're
walking.
borrowing it.
Could just drink all the alcohol. Keep going.
Yeah.
all right. So hey, I gotta check. Let's see what the Great. Okay. So apparently everybody's passive perception is higher than this guy's stealth roll by an insane margin.
Dang diggity.
Yes, you see a spot something there. You see a wild looking figure caked in gray mud, clutching a crude stone axe. Whether it's a man or a woman, you cannot tell.
Are they like on the road, or are they like crouching in the bushes, like thinking that they're hidden?
You'd say that they are sort of trying to avoid you at this point. And sort of he does realize the fact that he's been seen and appears to leave on his own.
Okay. Does anyone want to try going full extrovert on them and just go and say hello?
Full extrovert.
Hmm.
When was the last time talking ever worked to resolve a scenario?
Yeah, it might maybe this time, maybe you never know.
Hmm,
Uh,
yeah. Do we want this to be a thing?
Yeah, okay, we'll just let him go then, I guess. I mean, he's
Well,
not done us any harm. So.
Let's, I mean, so we've noticed him. Can we throw just a perception maybe just to see a bit more? Or to
Sure.
throw a perception check to see if friend or foe or ooh, that's not so bad.
Friend, foe, or
Um, yeah, you can tell that there's actually a bunch of them
Oh.
there, possibly upwards to near maybe 6. You can tell, however, that as you're getting closer, they are moving away.
Okay.
So they're not like staying where they are. Like once the guy realized he'd been spotted, he started leaving, and you can come to realize the fact that the other ones that are there as well, it's not like they're staying where they are or approaching you. They're also retreating.
I'll use the message spell and I'll just say, "Oi, what's the hurry?" You can reply to this message.
Please leave a message after the beep beep.
And now they seem to start running away.
Oh.
Chase him down.
No one runs from me.
they seem to be doing that though.
All right.
Get him.
What was he did it look like he was going somewhere or looking somewhere before we kind of like threw him off course?
Um,
He wasn't hiding from like a pack of wolves that we're not seeing?
no, but it's very likely that this was again as a very rugged, the mud cave, not somebody that's really in the more civilized area. So you keep in mind you're also on the roads, paved roads and things like that, so possibly just trying to stay out of sight of it, of civilization.
Hmm.
All right, let's chase him down.
Gotta kill someone.
No, not kill.
Oh.
Forcefully
My God, man.
interrogate.
I mean, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. I run after him. Can I try and tackle him to the ground?
Okay.
Animal handling?
No, if you're going to do that, then they are going to react very badly to that, as they feel you've got them into a predicament. So they feel threatened. So unfortunately, this is going to be the beginning.
They all blow their hand axes.
Oh shit. That was a lot.
They're
Dice.
berserkers.
There's only one of them.
There's 6 that was on the shadows.
Oh.
Esmeralda's got this.
Well, you wanted a little combat, right?
Yeah. Wild ones.
We can do it.
Yes,
And
we
guess who
can.
gets to go first?
I mean, we can still try to talk to them.
Talk to them with our fists.
Nice.
Oh what? Yeah, I'm just actually gonna let them get closer. Just do the dodge action for the round.
Okay.
And activate my capability while I was down there.
Chuck is up.
I don't know. What are we doing to these guys?
Explosion.
They're obviously trying to ambush us. We're just serving,
Yeah,
justice.
they're ambushing us.
Is that the sense? Is that the sense? That
No.
they all ran away because they spotted us?
Yeah, they're moving away from you guys. If you want to give me an insight check.
Insight? Yeah, sure.
You don't necessarily think they were hostile.
Okay,
Just
well
more
then
like
I'm
a different one.
attempt diplomacy, I think.
But what's diplomacy?
And I'm gonna say to the one you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and get our cleric. Are you cleric? Off of the other guy.
Aw. She's saying low. Jeez.
Yeah, he's laying low.
And I'm gonna say, sorry, he's a hugger.
I am. I go right in for the hug every time. Every time.
We're
Can't
we're
help
new
it.
here, we're excited. We're looking for information about the Amber temples. You guys know anything about Amber temples and statues and stuff? I smack Vance.
Just point down to the area where you know the temple is rumored to be.
That's it, eh?
Well, how can I put these guys are not exactly what you'd call your model citizens of
Sure. Guys, thumbs up or thumbs down? Strahd?
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
This is our turn around running away.
I don't know. What are you doing? What are you doing tackling the guy?
It was funny.
I mean, it was funny.
It's probably
I
mostly
was-
poop.
He was one guy by himself. He was looking suspicious. I thought he was gonna report us to all his friends, which he obviously did, but his friends were right there.
So we can kill them now?
No. I think
Yes.
they all ran away, right?
Well, listen, Vance got to tackle one. You can tackle one too.
No.
It's only
Well, come on. No, to be fair, I mean, you probably, Nick, your character probably feels a kinship to these guys because they're pretty close to barbarians, So
Oh, okay.
Gararg.
it's a flashback to when you were covered in mud.
Yeah. Do they like bears?
got no
They probably
problem.
like-
You don't bug them; they don't bug you.
All right.
That seems
All right.
fair. I should probably remember that.
So they're going to, if that's the case, they're just going to take off. So we can do this, and you can continue on your way.
Why won't you just let us be murder hobos? I don't understand.
I feel like this might have came another way if that guy's sneak ability was higher.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
These
No?
guys,
Okay.
they're chaotic neutral.
Oh,
All they were trying to do is just, oh my god, civilized guys. Oh, we don't want us to be we're more scared of you than you were them. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
they're like-
strange
Yeah.
weirdos. Let's hide.
Oh,
I mean, that's
Yes,
weird.
we're the weirdos, not the people hiding in the bushes.
I
No,
thought
no,
for sure they
no.
were bandits.
They've got us
Where did-
pegged. I don't think we can argue that one.
All right, so you can make the rest of your travels with no issue to the town of Malaki. There, and as you remember from last time, it is you know, a rather interesting area there with the pikes with wolves' heads on top.
Right, I remember that.
Oh, that was here. I thought that was the other place, or maybe it's all the places.
It's this one specifically that has the wolf's head. Okay. As usual, you can whichever most likely the morning gate is you can come through. The gates are closed, but they're not locked because it is during the day. There are two guards on either side carrying pikes. They greet you with suspicion as they did last time, but recalling you there and the wagon load that you have of wine, you can makes it very easy for you to get in. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, sure, of course, wine for the inn. So you're in.
For the
Are you going? What are you going to do? Go straight to the inn? Go anyplace else? Do anything?
I
think
feel
we
like we
probably
need. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we probably just want to get rid of this wine in this wagon, then we can do some intel gathering.
That's
Is
exactly
it
it. Both at the same place, you know.
is it party time? Is there like a festival happening?
Oh, right. It has been a few days.
Was it this Burgermeister that had lost? Oh no, it was the other guy. Lost his kid. It was
That's yeah.
And you see the one that cycled that is the inn there,
Mm.
so center.
This is the Burgermeister is having a festival almost every day, I think.
Every week or so.
Yeah.
Baron von Vargas Velokovich.
So you notice that there's some threatening skies there, and it's midday here as you're trying to make your way to the inn. However, there's a parade of rather unhappy looking children dressed as flowers that are trudging through the muddy streets, leading the way for a group of rather sorry looking men and women that are carrying a 10-foot diameter wicker ball. The burgomaster and his smiling wife, who is holding a rather sad bouquet of wilting flowers, is following the procession on horseback. There is some wary spectators watching from their stoops as this ball is being borne to the town square.
Did you say their expressions were weary or worried?
Weary.
Weary. Okay.
All right.
I'll just
and-
ask someone, what's with the ball? Festival of Balls?
The ball. You don't have a ball festival? Come on.
Oh, if you want, they said, well, they're going to have a ceremony. And you as you follow, you can pretty much see that
Yeah.
it's being hoisted and hung from a 15-foot high wooden scaffold. And the town folks are taking a turn splashing it with oil.
Hmm.
Before the wicker sun can be set ablaze, the sky opens up in a sudden downpour. All will be well, cries the burgomaster as he brandishes a sputtering torch and marches defiantly through the rain to the wicker ball, only to have his torch go out as he thrusts it into the spear. You can hear a singular laugh erupting from the crowd, clearly drawing the burgomaster's fiery gaze, and as you can hear, gasps from the other townsfolk.
Can I perceive this laughing individual?
Yes, it looks like a member of the town militia. There, you can see the other guards are somewhat aghast at his ill-timed outburst. You can see that the burgomaster immediately orders the arrest of this guardsman. You can hear the name Lars for spite.
Not making any friends today is Lars, eh?
Oh, and he you can see that he is being bound by the wrists and ankles, and being set to be dragged behind the burgomaster's horse.
That sounds just a wee bit extreme.
Hmm.
Yeah. Fairly common thing, I guess. Oh,
And, like, do we know anything
Yeah.
about this festival? Did we hear anything or?
Well, remember when you were last in the town, they were talking about all the different festivals that they seem to be having, and there was one coming up called the Festival of the Burning Sun.
Hmm.
Can I get a
Is it-
spell check on that? SUN or SON?
SUN.
Right.
Okay.
I was
But
like,
fair
what spell?
question.
And I
Fair
didn't even
question.
didn't catch it. Well
Yeah.
done.
Is it still raining then?
Well, it is a bit, there the weather is raining a bit. There is, if you wanted to do anything, I should let you know that there's like 24 guardsmen.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Now, it could, you could take a guardsman. 24, maybe you could take him.
He's just being dragged slowly down the parade route. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Public humiliation, I guess.
You don't laugh at the Burgermeister.
Yeah.
So, are you guys just going to continue on to the inn?
Well,
I
we
don't
should-
want to be dragged behind a horse.
I would probably just kind of follow this other person that's being dragged, like the guardsman, Lars. to just at least see where he ends up. Like if they throw him in shackles, if they throw him in stockades, or if they throw him in a, you know, a pit or something.
In the pit
Can-
he goes.
I can do that.
There's always time to go sell alcohol after. This is happening now.
Mhm.
Time to sell alcohol is later.
He seems to be being dragged towards where you believe last time was the Burgermeister's residence, which would be
And we had reports that there were like people would see like purple flashing lights and stuff in the windows.
yeah, and you know, that seems to be where at least some you know, where they're holding some of the criminals, at least there. So you, if you had to guess, I mean, maybe there's a, you know, some place that they can imprison people there. But yeah, that's where he's headed, and if you can follow, you can see that seems to be that's where he's taken. You know, once the parading up and down is done.
It's one thing to have Strahd putting his thumb on everybody here. I feel like whatchamacallit, people in charge shouldn't also be, you know, they have a part to play in the I guess peace and stability of the realm.
Agreed. Justice must be served.
Or at least snooping.
Snooping must be served.
Do we have a snooper? Who's our snooper? Is that you, Van Word?
It is.
I
Knifethrower extraordinaire.
I'm a rogue, so I guess I am.
I mean, if it's that weak, I could turn into like a mouse or something. As a thing as
Oh
well.
yeah, you're a good sneaker.
yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
take out the
I mean,
stats
I
of the
saw the
animals,
movies,
so.
so.
Oh well. Shh. Spoiler. So, Evan, if you're not feeling
Wow.
confident in your abilities, I could potentially turn into a rat, mouse, nothing that flies yet, but a fish, frog.
Not a bee.
Nope, can't fly. Level 8.
Oh.
Also, I will turn into, if I did my math right, level 8, I'll be able to turn into a owlbear.
That's a monstrosity, not a beast.
No, you know what? I think the easiest fix for that
Sean said I could.
is that owl bears are beasts. I mean, that's the simplest thing. Is my big take on things like that is why not? Like they why label it as a monstrosity when you can just go, hey, it's a creature, the equivalent of like a natural creature for that realm, you know, honestly.
Yeah,
I
mine
mean, yeah, I guess
originally,
it's pretty
yeah.
similar, like in a similar boat to like being a giant spider.
Yeah.
Might have originally been a monstrosity, but by now it's just a regular beast.
I was looking at the things you can turn into, and there's like this weird Barovian goat that's like immune to like all sorts of magic. So I'm like, if I can turn into like a devil goat, I don't see why I couldn't turn into like an owl and a bear had a baby. Magically.
Did you turn into a crab?
Mm-hmm.
What?
A crab?
Did you turn a crab?
I can.
Yeah. I don't know why I just like the idea of a crab sneaking in.
Well, you know, landlocked country. Like,
No
oh,
one
it's one of
expects
those.
Yeah.
a sideways shuffle.
Well, look at it this way: if you're with Circle of the Moon, right, at level 10, You can turn into elementals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's coming.
Yeah.
Maybe if we make it.
Okay. So, do you want Vanwood to go all snooping?
I want to know what this guy is sneaky. This guy is sneaky McSneakerton.
Does
Not
he? So
kids.
we would have looked at him, the Burgermeister. Is he wearing like a lot of makeup? Is he wearing like a parasol? Wearing like? Does he look normal, healthy, human?
Good question. Second here.
One of those like umbrella hats.
Oh, he's wearing like a veil for some reason. That's weird.
Burgermeister. Here we are. Here, I'll just share these images.
Oh,
Oh,
White.
what?
I mean, that does not inspire a lot of confidence.
Confidence.
Hmm.
That's a dog.
Mastiff, if you want to get
Which one?
technical.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like a big dog, but still, that's just a dog. It's sitting and it's half his height.
Yeah.
Mastiff.
Really big. I don't think
Hmm.
Liam's seen a mastiff in real life.
Oh,
Okay.
that's why they're called
Yeah.
Mastiff.
They're that
Okay.
big.
Because they're
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah.
Let's put it this
Yes.
way. There used to be a breed of mastiffs that people rode. You know, not halflings, actual people, adults.
They have what they call borbles in Africa. They keep them in like their towns like villages to fight off lions. So you know, there's some big dogs.
Yeah, Roman legions used to use mastiffs. Or what's the other one? The Tibetan. Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, the Tibetan Mastiff. Yeah, it's huge.
Oh, massive.
The Irish Wolfhound is quite a dog as well.
Yeah, okay. We're following this creep.
Okay.
So it goes into the mansion. Do you guys want to deliver your wine in the meantime, or do anything, or drop it off at least?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should.
What the party?
Well, we
Yeah,
know
you
where he's at, so we can do our business and then move on, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
One of us could stay here to keep an eye on him, but yeah, I don't see him doing too much.
They're gonna chow down on that guard though. They don't look kosher, these guys, at all.
Yeah. And we could stable the horses, get rid of all this baggage.
Yeah. You can definitely do it at the end, as you know before. And since you've delivered this wine, he's extremely grateful. There.
Botham, why don't you help him load it into the back away from all these patrons?
Okay. I will do that. By myself.
We'll go with.
Okay.
If we can get him alone, then tell him what we had to go through to get this hooch. And we want to know what the real deal is with the Burgermeister here.
Hey. Well, he goes, my friends, he'll gladly tell you all that he knows, and he will go through and inform you that the Burgermaster has a very brittle ego. He will be known to lash out at those who poke fun at his festivals or treat him with any form of disrespect. He is often accompanied by his two pet mastiffs that seem to follow him everywhere, as well as a murderous deformed henchman, Isaac Strasnos. I'll have to type this, guys. Next game, guys are gonna call it Fred. Um, he's as he looks around, says, but very petty, but I mean, he lives in fear of Strahd. I mean, if you get on his bad side, he will accuse you of being spies of the devil Strahd. Any chance. He will there. The Baroness is I think a God-fearing woman who's the younger sister of the town's priest. Said to be a descendant of Tash Parvanos, a priest entombed in Castle Ravenloft. There. And then, of course, there's their son, Victor. Nobody really sees him. He seems to have been, he just keeps himself locked up there for it. But the Baron just enforces this idea of happiness. I think he has a me philosophy, as a mean of sort of dealing with the ails of the world.
Happiness is necessary.
Mandatory happiness. We saw him arrest a guardsman for laughing at him and drag him to the house. Do those anyone who goes to the house come back from the house?
Some cases, after being treated, for it, after a suitable punishment, there, in some cases, depending on the crime, it can be very, very bad. Says that currently there's said that there's a UFO, but we don't know what will happen. He was carried a sign suggesting that we feed the Baron to the wolves. Yeah, he's been locked up. We don't know if he's going to do what with him. Mind you, there is a rumor recently that two members of the Baron's household staff have disappeared. The butler and the Baroness's lady in waiting. Nobody I know knows what's happened to them.
And obviously you hear all the talk in town. So all. And the flashing lights. What's with that?
He does not know. He hasn't seen any one there that does, but I don't go out that for it. Generally I stay in at night. Maybe some of the others that are here might know. He says, we have a guest here, a half-elf bard, Ricard Tobush.
Davio.
Yavio. He's goes
Yeah,
out twice a
okay.
day at dawn and again at dusk. He says he takes some apples and a cooked wolf steak wrapped in a handkerchief. He says is for his portly friend, the destitute toy maker, and his pet monkey. He came with a monkey, but they're not allowed here in the inn, so He gave it to the local toy maker.
Not creepy at all. Hmm.
Is the bard here or is he out at the moment?
He's here. See him coming down. If you want, he has a private room up there. I believe that he there, but it's coming up to noon. He'll there's a chance that he'll be back. He'll be in the tap room.
What do we think? Do we need to you want to talk to this guy or we just want to go poke the hornet's nest?
I mean, it might not hurt to get a slightly bit more information. We're not really in a hurry, are we?
Not really. It's always worthwhile talking to a bard. You might know that stuff. Yeah, I guess we'll catch him before he goes out for dusk. Or dawn. Which one?
Well, I don't think we necessarily need him out, but if he's been out at dusk, see what he's seen.
I think it might be
Right.
worth it if we get a bit more information. I mean, we know we're going to get into a fight at some point anyways, but might as well be a bit more informed as to what, maybe.
Oh, so you'd like to go talk to him?
Yeah, if he's around, buy him a drink, freshly squeezed.
Well, yeah. If you wait around till noon, you do see this figure come in, and seriously.
Hmm.
Okay, let me try a different. You gotta love it when the guy's got a picture, so I just wanted to, and it's like I'm going through. Okay, you should be showing this.
So Jim Carrey and a series of unfortunate events.
Kind of.
Okay, Count Olaf.
So I'm guessing he's a storytelling bard, not a singing and dancing bard.
Hmm.
So Esmeralda's with you guys, right?
Yep.
At this point, so she comes down with it, and you see him there. I'm just going to ask everybody if I can get.
They're gonna fireball our way.
All right.
Hmm?
Very interesting. There three of you. Chuck, Riggs, and Van Word. Just sort of notice on his face, for the briefest of moment, there seems to be a little bit of surprise at seeing your party.
Interesting.
That was dexterity?
No, that was supposed to be us.
That's why I was like,
supposed to
ooh,
be-
throwing lightning bolt our way while dodge out of the way.
that was supposed to be
Surprise.
perception.
Light
Oh.
sweep.
So my mistake. Sorry about that. So, but we'll just go on that because it's you still get the information way there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was supposed to be. I think the request needs to be updated again. They updated the layout, so where the check is and the skill, they reversed it.
Hmm.
Uh,
Did it look like he was looking at one of us specifically when his eyebrows raised or whatever?
Tell you what, give me an insight check. Yeah, it was possibly to one of you, but you can't necessarily it's not good enough to identify who it might be.
For sure. Oi, Bard, come tell us a tale.
Certainly.
Wine fresh from the wizards.
Well, that is good news and something definitely to celebrate and say. So what tales might you be interested in?
we're looking
Can we
for
be
things
blunt
about-
or?
we're looking for things about this Burgermeister, right?
Yeah.
Or are we going to ask about it, right?
Well, let's start with the Burgermeister.
Mm.
There's things that have happened in this town then?
Well, he says, I'm not from around here, to be honest. And I've seen many oddities. But he goes, many an oddity in my travels. You know, he says, the wear-hair child. It was this boy who transformed into a rabbit on nights of a full moon. A traveling companion of Gorbash. A half-orc woman who could chew through iron chains. And, you know, several other, you know, tales. Because, but it's a very peculiar land that sort of found myself here. So, but you
Go
were
on.
asking about the burgermaster. Yes. And he goes, been out at dusk at times, going out, and you know, there is some nights you can see coming from the attic, some strange uh lights some nights there. Um, it's very peculiar. Goes down in hushed tones and says, as I can tell you have some spellcasters here. Yeah, there's some you know, clearly magic going on there. Seems a little out of place.
Sorry, guys, I have to go for a minute.
Is the Burgermeister didn't seem very magically inclined when we've seen him. Does he have someone in his retinue? I think that's right.
Yeah, the Baron, no, he does not have what I would call any abilities in magic, as far as I can tell, and neither him nor his wife, and none in his employment that I can tell. Um, he says the one of the henchmen of the Baron, Iske, is does have some magic, but that is due to his arm.
His arm.
Yes. They say a dire wolf attacked him and bit off his right arm. Apparently, after years of doing some dirty work for the Baron, he awoke from a drunken stupor one morning and to find a new arm in place of the old one. The arms got barbed spikes, elongated fingers, and long nails. It said that when he snaps his finger, he can create some fire.
So demon devil arm. Yes.
Well, it's not natural, but then again, this place is quite odd, as I'm sure you've already figured out.
Oh yes.
And none of the guards or anyone else here. There's few. Maybe the son? I don't know. I mean, that's about the only person I haven't encountered.
We also heard a few of his staff had been missing.
I've recently heard that myself.
well, we may be paying His Royal Fancy Pants a visit. Surely, man's ego shouldn't be so brittle as to not be able to take a chuckle in the street when something doesn't go his way.
Oh, some poor bastard upset our lordship, I take it.
Oh, yes. Seems odd to be also storing prisoners in your basement. Normally, there's a whole other house for that, a big house.
That's good. The big house. The Hooskow.
Well, it's they don't have much here, and I think their enforcement of rules hasn't really adapted over the years. They're very primitive.
Okay. So I guess our minds are made up. Are we going in through the night or to the day?
Probably use some darkness, eh?
Night's always good
Yeah,
for sneaking.
Those dogs might be a problem though. Just try and take those out.
You bring him some steaks.
Yeah, try and find someone with like a potion, like a sleeping potion or something. Give the old steaks a good dosing and come over a wall, maybe. Yeah. Is there an apothecary in town or something similar? Or is that just not a thing we can do?
None of us would have that principle to try to make it ourselves, would we?
It'd take too long, even if we
So,
did.
yeah.
We got here. Can always send Marsalis in to have a perch on a window. Have a look.
You can see you can hear everything and see it, or does he have to relay it back to you?
Hang on. I go deaf and blind so I can see and hear.
Yeah, you can like
Okay.
warg into him.
Okay. Well, that's useful.
And if we want to change him into something else, we have time. I can make him a crab, maybe, or
Be a little out of place.
puss.
So you want to go spying first, right?
Cat, a quipper. Yes, I think we'll go
Yeah.
spy. In the town of ill tidings, he'll fit right in as a raven.
Okay.
Do we even have any money? Yeah, I don't have enough money to buy a sleeping potion, that's for sure.
I guess not.
Mhm.
I actually would give him a sword instead.
Need them Strahd bucks.
Yeah. we haven't really been getting money for what
Yeah.
we've been doing. We've been getting other stuff.
The treasure.
All right. So yeah, I'll go however close I need to go to get contact with the bird and
Okay. Can you
Do
see
it.
anything on this one here?
Just black.
Okay, give me a second. How about now?
Oh,
Still black.
here we go.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Okay, all right. So that's what I need to do. All right, give me a second. Okay, so basically, what it is it's the Burgermeister's mansion. It has, very overall description for stuff. Has walls of plastered stone. Um, However, it's got many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. There's drapes over every single window, including the large arched opening above the mansion's double doors entrances. But there clearly is a ground floor, an upper floor, and an attic.
Ooh, I see lighting effects. It's kind of cool.
Nice flickering.
Oh yeah. Hmm. Well, I am curious about the attic. I want to see what's going on there. If that's where the lights are.
Okay. Well, what time of day are you actually going to be doing this?
Probably dusk.
Midnight.
Or yeah.
Well,
or
maybe
af-
someone in the attic then. Maybe.
Twilight.
Yeah, probably just before when we would want to actually go in,
yeah. Okay.
which
So let's say midnight.
makes sense. That would give us time. Yeah.
No, fair enough. And you'll note that there's a couple of windows on either side of it. There is one where it is very much they're all seem to be closed, but I mean if you can, try to get in and take a look for it.
Yeah, I just want to send the bird and perch on each kind of windowsill. See where people are, see where the dogs are.
Okay.
See if we can spot Lars.
Okay. And yeah, you want to give me you being stealthy or anything?
Yeah, I mean bird stealth. Plus whatever. Hang on, let me see what a Raven's stats are. Dex is +2.
That's 11. All right.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
that Fortunate ties. So from when you're over here at one of these windows,
Third floor.
yeah, on the third floor. Trying to look in, as you notice, there isn't there, but the bird makes some noise, and there's a little um, activity that you end up hearing from the room, because you said you get the sight and hearing, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you can hear that for it, and when you can hear a voice reading from it that you kind of think that um oh, you perfect. Roll Arcana, DC 14.
Oh, you got it.
Like a lot.
Sorry?
So 17 plus
Yeah, a lot.
7. Yeah.
You can sort of hear, you think you recognize somebody badly trying to pronounce some kind of teleportation spell.
Huh.
They
that.
they stop, I guess, when they hearing they probably heard you, and the door, one of the windows sort of just opens and go, shush, get away, get away, get away, get away from it. And you see there a young man. Let me see if I've got a picture of this guy. This one. But it's, if you'd hazard a guess, it must be the son of the Baron.
Oh, that this could be Victor. He's okay. So I'm just like muttering as I'm kind of seeing this. Someone's up here trying to cast a teleportation spell.
Yes, and
Teleport out of I thought you couldn't teleport out of Barovia.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I'll just have Marcellus fly like to the next window, just like annoyingly. It's like when you try to shoot a seagull and it just hops away like a couple.
he'll go to the next window and open that, and also try and shoot you from there. If you'd like, you can try and do a perception, and see, if you can look into what you see, the room there.
Yes, they have +3. Or do I use my I guess I'm seeing through their eyes, so it'd be my perception. His might be better. His is better.
Oof.
I use these raven eyes. All right, so I guess I'll.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, between the Raven and stuff, you can't make out some much, the way the light is, and there. But you can make him out the things. It does seem to be some sort of, it is a room. It's not like an attic. It is, there's something there. That much you can tell, at
Okay.
least.
So if he's following me to the other window, I want to go back and fly into the room through the other. If he's left the other window open.
Okay. Give that a try.
Seems like a druid ability.
Never send a druid to do a wizard to do a druid's work.
This is like the Faerunian like drone headset.
Okay, so it's very clearly somebody's taken old mismatched furniture and attempts to create a study. This is though it's a very dusty lamplit chamber. There's tables strewn with pieces of parchment. Which at a clear glance it looks like some strange diagrams are drawn. There's a freestanding bookshelf that holds a collection of bones. A dusty rug covers the floor in front of a pine box that's lounging a skeletal cat. And you can see there's several more skeletal cats shrieking about. Most unnerving is the sight of three small children standing with their backs to you in the northeast corner of the room.
Ah,
Flesh golems.
They're just standing facing the corner, like they're in timeout.
Something like that.
okay.
All right, I just have to check something since you actually said you were flying into the room.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're going through a window. I don't think that is there. And since he's a bird, I don't think he'll really react the same way. As I said, in the center of the room, you see this. It's a thin young man with a premature streak of gray in his dark hair. In his hands, there's a leather-bound book from it. Seeing you, he
Like land on his desk. Poop.
all right. Well, let me figure this one out.
Chain lightning. Or maybe I like land beside the cat. That's it. And just no. Yeah, okay. I'll land beside the cat and like laugh at it.
He casts a firebolt at you. Attempts to.
Poof, I'm out of existence.
All right. Fair enough.
And I will have muttered that scenario to the team.
Okay. We got some weirdo.
So that
This fits a creepy children.
spooky. Whatever that was.
Mm.
It seems like he's almost like practicing this magic. That might be what that flashing. His accent is wrong. Like he's.
Guys, I think I need to take a long rest in real life.
All right. Good night, Liam.
Okay.
My name.
Have a good night.
Take care, bud.
Good night.
So that's not a bad thing. Why don't we take it here? We have you guys figure out what you want to do now that you have this information and what you're going to, plan what you might want to do out for this.
Did we get any intel about like missing kids or anything? we found that one missing kid that we were supposed to find, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing about any missing kids, but you do know that in that household there are 2 missing people that you're aware of.
Mm. Okay.
It'd be worth investigating further at least.
Hmm.
Maybe sneaking in fully.
It's not getting any less suspicious.
No, I was gonna say
Yeah.
definitely
Oh, the
not.
exact opposite.
And just with the, I know I didn't like investigate anything, but just I could tell that this was like you know, like a wizardly situation up in this study.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm
Scroll-
gonna give it to you with your Arcana check on that. You know, given the fact that you heard the spell and things like that, and everything you said, like what you're dealing with, it's a no-brainer. You know, you're pretty convinced that, you know, it's a study which the guy's trying to practice some magic. I mean, you've got the skeletal cat, you've got cat. So, you know, the parchment for little that you saw, you know, you're assuming you didn't have time to really analysis, but you're willing to bet it's all, you know, some sort of arcane nature. And that big leather book, you know, not to jump to any conclusions, but it's probably a spell book.
Yeah.
Hmm. Wonder if he's trying to find a way out to get past the fog.
He was teleporting.
Or is he-
Maybe. Or
Teleport within the realm.
Or maybe he's just trying to get somewhere else. Maybe he's trying to just get out of the room. Maybe I wonder if they're locked up there.
Maybe I'm thinking maybe he's trying to me, like, especially since everyone seems to be either working for and or with Strahd, maybe he's trying to, you know, send him some kids or something.
What?
Oh,
Or
so,
like
well,
fresh meat.
That's not
Teleport
cool.
some kids over there.
Yeah.
But you
Jeez.
are also aware that as your first guess is as well, is that the only people that can seemingly leave Barovia is the Vestati. You
Mhm.
know, and everybody else here is pretty much trapped. Because, and face it, you know, not to say one way or the other, but you're pretty sure that most of the people have a choice, they wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
There'd been a massive migration a long time ago. Oh, so that's the other person who's forced to stay here? Okay, bye. Because I mean,
Fair.
think about it. It's like it'd be great. It's like, okay, so all I have to do is outrun everybody else to the mists. As I class, you know, the example of when the bear is chasing you, right? Just as long as they're out, my friends.
Yeah.
can't be last. All right, sweet. Let me just look at next week real quick.